let's talk about using a canine during a DUI investigation. Guys, my name is Anthony Bandiero, attorney and senior legal instructor, bringing the roadside chat from the studio. This question, I'm looking at my iPad here. So the officer sergeant is in Utah. He says, while an officer is conducting SFSTs during a DUI investigation, is it permissible or best practice to have a canine do a free air sniff around the vehicle? The concern brought to me was that a positive canine indication will bias the DUI officer during the investigation. Okay, so let's lay down some ground rules. Number one is using a canine during a traffic stop without reasonable suspicion. We know in the seminal Supreme Court case called Rodriguez versus US 2015 that the Supreme Court made it very clear, crystal clear, that we cannot run a canine around a vehicle during a traffic stop without reasonable suspicion if it adds time to the stop. Now, if we have reasonable suspicion, then fine, we're under Terry versus Ohio, and we can, add time to the stop. If it's relevant to the investigation, it will help confirm and or dispel the reasonable suspicion. Okay, so that's fine. So here, do we have, if we're doing a DUI investigation, let's presume, just for argument's sake, that we do not have reasonable suspicion that there's narcotics in the car. So if you have one officer doing the field sobriety tests and a handler is there on scene to, provide like security cover and so forth, and he or she runs the canine, good, we are good to go. We're not adding time. And the other groundwork and the rule here is that a sniff, the actual sniffing of a vehicle, is not a search under the Fourth Amendment. Why, you ask? Because the Supreme Court said in a case called Caballos that the sniff itself, which is detecting a contraband, that sniff is not violating the person's reasonable expectation of privacy. A person does not have a privacy interest in the odor of a prohibited substance emanating from a vehicle. They have no right to possess cocaine, fentanyl, and so forth. Now, if your state has decriminalized marijuana and your dog is proofed on marijuana, it is my legal opinion that that dog is a no-go, on a vehicle where presumptively they can have marijuana in that car. If it's alerting on the marijuana, then that's not. They do have a price interest because it's a lawful item. But when it comes back to this question, we don't have a problem here as long as we're not extending the stop and the dog is not trained in something that is lawful in your state. Now, this is not applicable to all states. There are some states, like New Mexico and some other, Pennsylvania and so forth, where some states where they have said that dog sniffs under the state constitution are searches under the state constitution, and they usually require just reasonable suspicion. So the last thing is the sergeant says, I'm concerned that a positive alert will bias the DUI investigation. Bias is probably not the right word because that sounds like a bad word. How about it will contribute to probable cause, right? If you are running a DUI investigation and you lawfully deploy a canine, like I just said, and that dog alerts, and you suspect that driver is under the influence of narcotics, I got to tell you, that alert is going to help you with your investigation. A bias is not, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. What if you had a DUI detection dog, right? Would you run that dog on the guy? And if it alerted, that means the guy's over a 0.08? Of course you would. This is really no different analytically, right? The point is that it's going to contribute to your probable cause. It's going to give you more information about what's going on with this guy, not less. And also, maybe the reverse is true. If the dog does not alert, it doesn't mean the person's at DUI. Clearly, it could be alcohol. It could be on something that's Xanax or whatever it is that the dog will not alert on. So it doesn't take away your probable cause. It's just something that you're not going to be able to use. So therefore, at the end of the day, do I have a legal issue with officers in Utah and similar states that don't have issues with canines. Do I have a problem with it? No, I do not. Do I think it's helpful? I do, actually. I think it's another feather in your cap in order to prove or disprove the investigation that you're conducting. Okay. If you like what we're doing here at Blue to Gold, do me a favor. I have the website up. Go to bluetogold.com, and you can see all of the training that we have. Look at all this training we have around the United States. We have a training class near you, and we also have a class near everybody because a lot of our stuff is online. We do a lot of stuff for free. Our reviews are off the hook. We got clients all around the nation. So we have in-person training. There's my spiel. Please check us out, bluetogold.com. Like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Until next time, my friends, you stay safe.